In this video, I'm going to show you how to use if, and or functions in Excel. So to begin with, let's say we want to see all of those sales that are above $40,000 and mark them as on target. We would do this by starting the formula with the equals sign and typing if and press the tab button. And so this first part of the formula is looking at the logical test. So this is what are the conditions that we want. So we want to say if gross sales, or E2, is greater than $40,000. So we can type that in here, 40,000, and hard code it there. But the problem with that is that if we were to change the target number, let's say we wanted it to be 60,000, we would have to now go and change each formula manually and then apply it across. So what I do like to do is to just have those amounts in another row. So we can put that here. So that when we type the formula, equals if tab gross sales greater than 40,000. So that when we change this number later on, if we need to, it'll automatically be pulled into the formula and you wouldn't have to manually go through and change everything. Okay, so we've put that in, and because we're going to apply this to all of these rows below, we want to lock this. So we don't want this to move when we apply that. And to do that, you press F4, and that puts these dollar signs around the G and the 1, and that locks it into place. So when you drag that down, or if you were to drag it across, G1 would stay put, it wouldn't move. Okay, so we've done if the gross sales are greater than 40,000, then a comma. So what do we want the value to be if this condition is true? We want that to be on target. Alright, so you do that, you put on target in between these quotation marks, and that just means it's text. Okay, so you'll put another comma, and what do we want the value to be if false? So again, we'll just put quotation marks, and we'll just put a hyphen, just a dash. Close the quotation marks and close the bracket and press enter. Okay, so this seems to be working. This is above 40,000, saying on target. So what you do again is you hover over this little green box, and you can either drag down or you can double click on it, and that'll apply it all the way down. So we see all of these on target are above 40,000, and if all of these ones are below. Okay, let's move on to the next scenario. So in this one, we want to highlight those that are greater than or equal to 40,000, and those that are less than or equal to 50,000, and we want to mark those as on target. Okay, so again, what I'll do here is I'll put in those figures here, so that we don't have to bother editing all of the formulas. Okay, so we'll start it again, equals if. Okay, and because we have two conditions now, and we want them to both apply to this on target, you'll type in and then press this tab key again. So see, now we have it nested under the if function. Okay, so we'll begin typing our conditions. So the first condition, logical one, is if gross sales is greater than or equal to 40,000, and we want to lock that again so that it doesn't move. Alright, and then the second one is the gross sales are less than, so gross sales are less than or equal to 50,000, And again, we want to lock that, press F4. Then you close the brackets, so that ends the joining of those two conditions. And then you put your comma, and this now progresses into the value if true of the if function. So what's the value if true? We've said we want it to say on target. If I can type today. All right, and then value if false, we'll just put another hyphen. Okay, and then we'll close the brackets and press enter. Okay, so we can apply that all the way down. And again, if you look at this amount, this is above 50,000, so it's not on target. This one is greater than 40,000 but less than 50,000, so it is on target. Likewise for this and this, so the function is working properly. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. So this one will have multiple ifs along with an and statement. So again, we'll put in those figures here. So we have our 40,000 and 50,000. Okay, and so we'll begin again with an if statement and tab key. And so the logical test here will be another and, because we are doing this greater than or equal to 40,000 and less than or equal to 50,000. We want those to be on target. So like the other formula, we'll do that. We'll type in and tab key, and we want gross sales that are greater than or equal to 40,000, and we want to lock that in again. Another comma, we'll move to the second condition, less than or equal to 50,000. So again, gross sales less than or equal to 50,000, and we lock that in and close brackets. Then we'll put a comma. So we'll put value if these conditions are true. Yep. So if that condition is true, we'll put on target. And if it's false, now we want to enter another if statement so that we can return this. So we'll type in if tab. So if gross sales is greater than 50,000, and lock that in. What is the value if true? We want it to say above target. And value if false, we'll just put another hyphen. So because we have two if formulas there, we're going to have to do close bracket, close bracket. And you'll notice as I do that, this first bracket here will highlight when I close it. And then when I do the second one, this if bracket here will also flash. And that just shows you that you've closed it, the formula. So press enter. And that shows above target. And we'll apply that down. Okay, so if we have a look at these, this is above 50,000, so it's saying above target. This is between 40,000 and 50,000, so it's saying on target. And these other ones are below 40,000, so they don't apply. Okay. Now we'll move on to the last one, which is the OR function. So again, we'll enter the figures. We have 20,000 and 100,000. So in this scenario, let's say we want to highlight those who are making less than $20,000 in sales and those that are making greater than $100,000 in sales. Might want to see what kind of interventions the teams making lots of sales are doing in order to get those figures, and also maybe want to speak to the people who are making less than $20,000. So you want to flag those here. So what you'll do is you'll do equals, and again, gross sales, equals if, and the tab key, and you want to do or here. So similar to and, we'll just put or and do a tab, and then we'll do our first logical condition. So gross sales is less than 20,000, and you want to lock that, and you put a comma, and the second condition, gross sales is greater than 100,000, and you want to lock that as well, and you close those. Okay, and put a comma. So if these conditions are true, we want it to say consult teams. Alright, and if the value is false, what we'll want it here to do is just say regular. I'll just capitalize that. Okay, and then we close brackets and hit enter. And then we'll apply that across all the way down. And you see this one is below 20,000, so it's consult teams, and these ones here above 100,000, consult teams. Okay, you can also then make this a bit clearer by using conditional formatting to say highlight cell rules where it is equal to consult teams. You want it to be in red. That just makes it a bit clearer. Okay, so that's how you use the if, and or functions in Excel. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please give us a like and subscribe.